today we're going to be watching John Wick. I do actually think that John Wick was a trailblazer in the sense that a lot of action movies these days use like choreographed action sequences that are heavily inspired by John Wick. Not lots of fast edits, instead it's kind of focused on the choreography and the actors and like the fight sequences basically. It's not as masked in like the filmmaking aspect, it's more the actual fighting itself, if that makes any sense. Things like Extraction, the film I recently watched, The Killer, even that, I'm looking at some of the action sequences and I think to myself, this wouldn't be like this if John Wick hadn't done this back in like 2014 or whenever it came out. If you haven't seen this before, you're in for an absolute wild ride. Get a cup of tea, settle in, and let's watch this film together, guys. Here he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Wick. He's not looking too hot. I love that he's got the obligatory dead wife. It's the classic backstory. I do enjoy films that start showing you the end of the film. It gets you right into the action. It shows you a little bit of what's to come. That is the most jarring sound, honestly. John is rich. That hitman lifestyle has been paying well, let me tell you. It does make me wonder if his wife knew what he used to do. Oh, the his and hers sink and her side isn't being used. That's kind of sad. God, Keanu still looks really young in this film. You forget it's been like 10 years since this came out. I mean, it is so cliche, but I'm still not complaining. I love it in spite of this, you know? Because as cliche as it is, it just works as a story. I mean, that is a sexy car, isn't it? I do think it's cool that John always wears black. Like his wife died and he obviously wore black to the funeral, and then you always see John wearing black whenever he's conducting his business, if you know what I mean. Oh, this puppy is so freaking cute.
And now that I have found my peace, find yours.
This is so thoughtful of her to have done this, because she knows he doesn't have anybody else that he loves or that love him. Oh, it is so cute. Come on. Is that a beagle? Because whatever the breed of dog that is, it is just too cute.
Hey.
John just forgot that dogs need to use the loo as well. I feel like we didn't quite need the close-up of the turd. And then John's like, oh yeah, they need to eat as well. It's almost like it's a living being that functions. Oh, here we go. Theon Greyjoy. I feel like this actor just has a tendency to play the most horrible characters.
Beautiful car. Thanks. How much? Excuse me. How much for the car?
Imagine being that entitled. Oh, he wasn't expecting that, was he? This whole thing, I feel like it wasn't about the car. He could go out and buy a car like that with the money his family has. It's about the way that John spoke to him and the fact that he said no to him. And I bet that kid has not been told no once in his life. That's what got his back up and what made him want to go out for revenge. Do you know, I just think about the fact that the puppy's still in the passenger seat, probably freaking out like, what is this guy doing? John, at least buy a little puppy seatbelt for the guy. He must be terrified. Oh, little cowards. Oh no, the sound of the whimpering is, I can't stand it. It's the most horrible sound. You have to be a special type of scumbag to hurt animals. God, he had no idea who he's just done that to. It's the fact that the dogs tried to get to him as well. It's actually devastating. The first time I watched this, I was in tears. It's just like double whammy, isn't it? His wife passes away, leaves one thing to John, and that's a dog, and then they just had to go and ruin that as well. You do not want to be on the receiving end of a pissed off John Wick, do you? Oh, he's such a knobhead.
Where'd you get that car?
God, John gives so little fucks he didn't even change his shirt. I like the way they let this scene play out with the backwards and forwards of the time jumps between John being in the shop and the Russian kid being in the shop.
All right, get out of here. Just get out of my shop. Get out right now.
He's a smart man.
We own you.
This kid has never been told no in his life.
You don't know me, punk. I work with your father, all right? That's what you did. You fucked up his dog. That's crazy shit, man.
Oh, it's so satisfying, isn't it?
Now, you kill me right now, or you get the fuck out of my shop.
I don't know how Aurelio walks around with balls that big, I tell ya.
So what are you gonna do?
John Wick's like, the more important question is what am I not gonna do?
I heard you struck my son.
Because you stole John Wick's car, sir, and killed his dog.
Oh.
That O tells you everything you need to know. I absolutely love the simplicity of that conversation. I like that Vigo rang him up and outright asked him and didn't just jump to conclusions. It's just the mutual respect there between the two of them that I like.
Congratulations.
Vigo's
see my
mind is
son?
elsewhere.
We won't be hearing from them anytime soon. Or ever.
He thinks he's such a little bad man, doesn't he?
That's a nice jacket. Yeah.
Vigo, English, please, come on.
Stay, goddammit! So I stole a fucking car.
Oh, fuck, Vigo.
Right, you stay.
I love this. It's not what you stole, it's who you stole it from. Oh, the writing is just gold.
It's not what you did, son. It's who you did it to. That fucking nobody is John Wick.
Oh, it's so well crafted.
We call him Baba Yaga.
The boogeyman?
He was the one you sent to kill the fucking boogeyman.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh. John, I
Oh,
once saw
actually,
him kill 3 men in a bar. With a pencil.
how do you even do that? I love that that's kind of become John Wick's thing now, is that he killed 3 men with a pencil.
A few days after his wife died, I killed his fucking dog.
Father, I can make this right.
He's so dumb.
By finishing what I started.
I didn't hear a fucking word I said.
You sin.
I feel like he already knows he's lost his son. Like he knows he's dead already.
Because you can do nothing. So get the fuck out of my sight.
It just doesn't get better than that.
John?
I love that he just doesn't even have to say a word.
Handle this like civilized man to move on.
That's everything you needed to say.
What'd he say?
Enough.
Enough.
I've watched this too many times. It's just such snappy, smart writing. Like, look, that's a pretty ominous sight, is it not? The all black is such a move. He just looks expensive and terrifying. And accompanied by this creepy little nursery rhyme he sings, it just slaps. I don't think John even bothered to lock his doors. He almost invites them in.
Baba Yaga.
If you hadn't seen this before and you just saw that sequence then, you'd know that this is going to be something special, I feel like. And there's no crazy edits to try and cover up the fact that it's a stunt double or the actor doesn't really know what they're doing. Like Keanu, I know he trained so hard for this role and he learned all the choreography to try and do as much of it himself as he could, and it really pays off. Oh, look at that, all in one shot. No cuts, no edits. Major props to whoever choreographed this. Look again, not a single edit. You're just watching the actors do their thing. God, John made light work of that, didn't he?
Evening, John.
Evening, Jimmy.
Noise complaint.
Noise complaint. I'll leave you be then.
What does that tell you? First of all, you can just tell how well respected he is by by everybody that he comes across. And that's probably because he's actually a really nice guy. He's not like a sadist that takes joy in it, and he's polite and he just does what he has to do. So I feel like he's gained the respect of everybody he's worked with. Even law enforcement are in the pockets of these big like mafia bosses, and they are aware what's going on in this like underworld.
I'd like to make a dinner reservation for 12.
You look good.
Waste disposal.
I feared you'd left all this behind.
That's brilliant.
Job.
Well, that must be quite a lucrative business he's running there.
Put Joseph in the red circle and wait.
He's literally using his son as bait. He is a cutthroat man. I suppose you get to a position like that by being cutthroat, don't you? Oh, William Dafoe is a health queen.
To what do I owe this visit?
It's like, what is this healthy shit? Get me a good old-fashioned bourbon or some Russian vodka.
Would you kill John Wick for $2 million?
He's sipping that juice to buy himself some time. The soundtrack of this movie is just brilliant as well. Just 10 out of 10 all round, let's be honest. Such a good choice for the building to use. Look at him, all dressed up in black, coming out of his all black car. He just looks so suave.
I have you for 2 nights.
I love this guy. I love how polite he is. You will never catch this guy being rude. I do like these shots of his back profile. It's very cool. It's an underground world that is quite literally underground.
Joseph Terosov. Where do I find him?
We have a contact there who's willing to take him out for us. Yeah?
Yeah, good luck to that guy.
No business can be conducted on these premises lest incurring heavy penalties.
They may deal in death and murder, but they've got rules. They're civilised, guys.
Usual?
Please.
John has got riz. Here we go. This entire sequence is just incredible. The whole golden circle sequence, I love it. Oh, he's getting suited and booted. He means business.
Are you scared of the fucking boogeyman? I'm not.
But you should be.
Sometimes you just can't tell somebody. They're that stupid, they just refuse to listen.
Mr. Big. Это похудел. 20 килограммов.
Deals.
Oh. I always noticed his watch was on the wrong way round. They must have done that on purpose for some reason. I wonder if that's how Keanu actually wears his watch, maybe? This song's a banger as well. I remember first time I watched this went straight on my playlist. Play it to this day, I do. Look, he looks straight into his eyes. That is cold. I love that they don't make him invincible either. Like, he has his flaws. You can kind of tell that he's a bit rusty. He's been out the game for however many years. He makes mistakes. It's more realistic. And it's crazy, he had the chance to shoot him right then, but it wasn't enough. He wanted to do it, I feel like, up close, put the fear of God into him. Look, he's a little scumbag. Oh, this bit's so cool. Look at this shot. Now, look at that. That is ominous. From now on, this choreography is insane. He doesn't have infinite bullets either. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they were so specific with that, down to a T. Like, he only fires the exact amount of bullets that he would have in real life before he has to reload. It's literally like 50 on 1, and John is he's just working his way through them. Look, you can see he gets it a bit wrong, but I like that. Like I said, it just makes him more human. It makes it way more interesting to watch. Look, he's like, I'm out of bullets, I've got nothing left, he's got to go hand to hand. He collects himself, he waits, bam, into it. This guy is like the final boss of Vigo's henchmen. Oh, The way he's landed, he must feel that he still had a gun back there. He's like, oh shit, I should have just used that.
Victor's dead.
Even after that, I feel like it's still not got through his thick skull the severity of the situation.
How good's your laundry? I'm sorry to say that no one's that good.
He's so chill, keeps everything low-key. He's just a legend.
Your stitches will tear, and you'll bleed, but you'll have full function.
He just seems so done with this shit. He stitches people up and they probably come back like a few hours later and they've messed all the stitches up. So we think he's betrayed him at this point, but no, he's got his back.
Hey, John.
Oh, that's brutal. It's funny. They actually bring an element of humour to it.
Where's Yosef? Give me something.
He's an idiot. He should have just killed her.
There's a church near Cannon Court. It's the front. It's where Vigo keeps his private stash.
Bless him, he's still in his boxers.
Hey, John.
I love that everybody
All right.
knows him.
My son, how might I help you?
That doesn't sound right coming from a priest, does it?
Vigo will kill me.
Ladies, out.
See, he never kills unnecessarily. Literally just burning an empire, just casually. If I was that priest, I think I would be trying to leave the country. Oh dear.
Treat all your ladies like this?
I'm sad because I liked this guy.
You are no lady. Trust me.
Oh. That's really sad. I liked that guy. Ouch. He went blooming flying, didn't he? I feel like he should have stayed on the roof, maybe.
Leverage I had on this city. Audio recordings, physical evidence, black...
That's how you get power.
Priceless!
You need loads of stuff to be able to blackmail people.
Yeah, while you had your wife, I had my son. And believe me, you had a far better deal.
I feel like Vigo doesn't even like his own son. He's just blood.
Which is why God took your wife.
Wow. He's literally saying karma came round to bite him in the arse.
Just a fucking car, just a fucking dog.
Just a dog.
Just a dog. Ugh.
And your son took that from me.
God, he sounds like Bane. Oh. See, if Vigo wanted him dead, he should have laid eyes upon his body. Oh, Willem Dafoe comes through. Oh no, as soon as he got him in this position, he was done for. What's he doing to get out of that? John did all that and he still had his hands tied in front of him. Look, he looks so pleased with himself, doesn't he?
Cool it, cool it, cool it, cool it. Shit!
He's like, how did I get into this predicament?
It's kept in a safe house, Brooklyn, 434 Wallace Place.
Wow, he really sold out his own son.
They know you're coming.
Of course.
God, imagine having that confidence.
Get down, get down!
Oh, God. At this point, John is just done, I think. He just wants it over with. And Vigo just has to sit there and accept it. Oh. Look at the way he's walking towards him. Wow. He didn't drag it out, did he? He just looked him in the eye and did it. I guess I was quite shocked the first time I watched that, how fast it just happened, and that John didn't want to drag it out.
Make the arrangements.
Compensation for last night's unfortunate incident.
They're very generous, aren't they? Wouldn't mind somebody breaking into my room if I got a new car out of it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I look retired.
Retired. You really believe that?
Yeah, John, you're being naive, mate. If he thinks he could just walk out now, he's just being naive. Oh, this girl needs to know when to quit. John should just go and find like a beach house near the sea somewhere. Do some fishing, drink lots of beer. Just do what single retired men do.
Let's get on with this. Whatever the fuck this is.
Hello, Marcus. Marcus betrayed.
Oh, Vigo's lost it.
If you have done your job, my son will be still alive!
If your son hadn't killed John's dog and stole his car, he'd still be alive.
I go out on my own.
He's like, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna bring as many of you with me as I can. I guess at least this made it fast for him. See, now John's out for vengeance again. This is what happens. This is why you can't leave once you get back in. Miss Perkins is about to get it, I think. Silly, silly girl.
Your membership to the Continental has been by thine own hand revoked.
Oof. I mean, was there any need for the 4 in one go? Could one guy not have just done that? Yeah, look, this business are making bang cleaning up after all these bodies.
Oh, fuck.
Vigo's like, I just wanted to enjoy my drink. God. John Wick's driving like he didn't pay for that car. And I guess he didn't.
What's fucking wrong with this guy? Somebody give me a gun. Who's got a gun?
I love that Vigo's kind of just accepted his fate. He's actually finding it funny.
That was a good one.
He's lost it. Vigo's such a little jokester.
Good luck.
I don't know what this guy thought he was going to be able to do. What an idiot. He was just so excited by the fact he shot the first bullet and he's ruined it for himself. And of course it starts to rain. Pathetic fallacy. If any of you learnt about that in English at school. Vigo was such a brilliant villain because you kind of like him. I don't know, I just think he's just so well written. Oh, Vigo, mate, I'm sorry, I don't think you stand a chance. Wow. Oh, ow, ow, ow. John really did that just so he'd have access to a knife. I feel like he just didn't need to do that. I think he probably could have overpowered him without stabbing himself, but you know, if it works, it works. Who am I to tell John Wick what to do? I mean, if you decide to participate in this like mafia underworld like Vigo does, I feel like one way or another, at some point in time, you're gonna end up like him.
Come on, John.
Now we're back to the beginning.
Let's go.
Oh, it's like right in the same spot as the last time he was stabbed. John, I think you need a few painkillers, mate, and some sleep. Oh. Yeah, and guys, look, if you haven't noticed this, here it says that this dog's going to be put down. So John is literally saving it from getting put down. If you haven't noticed that before, that's a good little secret for you. How beautiful. Go. I think that's a staffy, is it? I love that ending. I absolutely love that. And there we have it, guys. There is John Wick. If you haven't seen that film before and you've only watched it through with me, I highly recommend you go and watch it. If you are a fan of action movies, then this is like the quintessential perfect action movie in my eyes. So if you'd be interested in watching me watch the rest of the John Wicks, let me know down in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in next week's video. Ciao!